Hey guys, here we are, Long Haul Larry, running with Big Blue. We're running on up 81 northbound. Heading to our final delivery on this load will be Manchester, Pennsylvania. Just a little south of Harrisburg, if you don't know where it is. Old Aaron himself is telling us we have 464 miles to go. It is 3:49 p.m. 89 degrees. And we're coming towards Bristol. Oof. Big Blue is just, we're just working the Big Blue over getting these hills going up to 40 and 80, 81 here. It's been quite the workout, but he's handling it just fine. I'm passing some trucks and getting passed by some other trucks. Big Blue out right here. I like the upshift, but don't want to do it going up that hill, passing somebody, because I'm going to lose momentum. But we're going to do it right here. There we go. That's what we're gonna do. Got a little groove in the highway there. Kind of caught my tires. Maybe go a little up. I really don't want to follow a line here with all these guys. Driving off with somebody's bumper here. So we're just gonna go right on past. Don't do it, ABF. I saw you just glitch there. Here's the Bristol Motor Speedway, next two exits. The Bristol race is always a good race to watch. You get lots of crashes. Short track, but you get lots of crashes there. This red truck, he's coming behind me. He's me and him have been Indian Motorcycles, Bristol. Here he comes. This guy, he can go as fast as he wants. I don't think he's governed. I mean, we've been going back and forth this whole time. Yep. I mean, all the way across 40. And every time I'd pull out to pass him or something, he'd take off. And if you look back at some of my videos I just put out today, you'll see that trailer number, that 279. And I'd pull out, and then he'd take off. And then all of a sudden I'd catch him like napping or something. I'd come up on him, then he goes up, and see how he weaves around too? He's been doing that the whole time. He's constantly just all over the road. And I'll catch him kind of napping, and I'll come up on him, and he'll be kind of napping, and I'll go by it. And then a couple miles later, he's coming. Then he kind of settled down, and he stayed behind me. And he was back, I don't know, about a half mile back there. He was just back there. I'd see him once in a while back there, weaving in and out of traffic. And we came into this area here, and it goes from 70 miles to 55, speed limit. And I went around some vehicles or whatever, and then I got into my area and slowed her down. Man, I saw him coming. He must have been doing probably 75, 80 miles an hour. And he ripped it down through that 55. And his trailer, he was coming down a hill on kind of a turn. His trailer was just bopping back and forth. It was quite the scene. And he took off, and I was like, you go, buddy. Because there usually is a state trooper in this stretch. I have no idea why it's got to be 55 for trucks. Or why it's even 65 for cars. I don't know. It's just this little stretch. But there usually is one sitting in here. But then I came up on all of the trucks there, all grouped together, running bumper to bumper, and I don't like running in crowds like that. So I decided to give her some gas and get by him. He was in the middle of all that. And when I went by him, then he took off. And now he's gone. It's funny. I'll tell you something else funny. John's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. Oh boy. I don't know about this one. I don't know. Oh, he's gonna kill me. John, years ago, little story about John. You guys can go over to John's channel, and you can add, I don't know, is there a certain name for a male lot lizard? I'm not sure if there is or not. I don't know the lingo. Hey, if you don't know what lot lizard is, I would think you would. You're watching a trucking channel. It's a prostitute. They like to hang out at the truck stops. Truckers get lonely, and they hang out at the truck stops. Here you go, car. You needed that exit. And they come and knock on your doors and stuff. You get them all the time. It's, I would say, probably once a month, once every 2 months or so. I bet you I've had a knock on my door. And I don't understand the whole deal, whatever it is. Especially if I'm sleeping, curtains are closed. Don't come knocking on the door, waking me up. What do you think? I'm in a mood for that or something? It's like, get away from me. But, what are you gonna do here, car? Me and John were talking one time. I got a semi coming fast. I can hold him up, let him go. John called me one time, and he's like, I don't know what's going on. And I said, well, what are you talking about? And he goes, I just had the strangest thing happen. He goes, I pulled into a rest area last night, and I got a knock on my door. It's okay, well, that's about usual. Happens. And he goes, yeah, but when I pulled back and looked out the window, it was a dude. said, okay. So what was the problem? He goes, well, I opened the window. You know, what's up? What can I do for you or whatever? And the guy said, hey, big fella, looking for some fun? John's gonna kill me. And I don't know what his answer was. It was, you know, no, get away, go away, run. I don't know what his answer was. I don't know how I worded it. But then I don't know. I think it was like a few months later, something like that. I think it was. And he called me up and said, dude, that happened again. I said, are you kidding me? and he's like, yeah. And I never had that happen. I never heard of it happen. I never even, I don't know. I never heard of it. Oh, now the car wants to go. Nope, I want to slow down. And as I asked him, I said, well, is it a certain rest area? And he's like, yeah, it's this place just outside of Pennsylvania. It's just coming in New Jersey. There's this little rest area. Okay, Shaw, keep her in the lines there. And, you know, he goes, I said, well, it must be that area or something. There must be some gay guy working there or something. I don't know. And we joked about it. I was like, well, it could only happen to you, John. Well, then John talked me into buying a truck and leasing on with WL. And that's who he was driving with, I believe, at the time. And so I went and did this, and I started doing some of the same runs, coming out here to the East Coast. And I was Pennsylvania, coming in New Jersey, deliver a load, and whenever you come in there, there's no places to park in New Jersey. If you come in there like early AM, and you come rolling into New Jersey or something like this, there's always trucks just sitting on the sides of the freeways, trying to sleep with people just roaring past them because there's no place you can park. Come on, Shaw, you can do this. I believe that you can drive that truck straighter than that. And there's a TA truck stop and a little rest area as soon as you come into the state of New Jersey. And I came in there and I thought, okay, well, I'll pull over here and then I'll get up a little earlier and run it into my delivery. I pulled it in that rest area and went to sleep. I gotta answer this. This Shaw guy in front of me, he's just all over the place. It's crazy. He's just back and forth. But anyhow, I parked at the truck stop and I got the knock. Sure enough, I went out there, pulled back the curtain and looked. It's a guy. You're thinking, oh, it's another trucker, you know, in trouble, needs a tool or something. Well, he wanted a tool. All right. That guy's all over the place. Yeah, you're gonna have to wait their car. All right, we're out of here. 70 miles an hour. Finally. But so I called up John and I said, you wouldn't guess what happened. He said, what? I told him what happened. He started laughing. He goes, whew, I thought it was me. So, yeah, John's gonna kill me. Go on his channel, leave him a comment. Say, hey, have you had any, I don't know what you call them, male lot lizards knocking on your door lately? He'll be calling me up. Seriously, why would you tell people that? Well, hey guys, we just got done with our half-an-hour break, and I want to tell you guys about this place. This is called the Barn Restaurant. The name of the town, I don't know. And my GPS will say, it says not available. It is just off of 81 here in Virginia, and it is exit 54. And I'll show it to you guys here quick. It looks like a barn, so it kind of lives up to its name. Guys, I just stopped in there. They got some parking out here. I don't know how they feel about overnight parking. I think they wouldn't mind as long as you ate here and stuff, you know. But they got some good food in there. And I went in and, you know, I sat down and I saw they had a board that had specials on it and stuff. And it had like a meatball sub with French fries or something. And it was $6. And I thought, you know, I don't need a bunch. Just get a little dinner here. And so I sat down and had myself a meatball sub and stuff. I said, yeah, give me that. She brought me a menu, and I was like, I said, just give me the special, make it easy. And I was sitting there and I was reading stuff and looking out stuff and everything. And I was reading some things they had on the walls there and stuff. They have a lot of signs about hiking. And I was sitting in a restaurant just staring off through the hills, staring off through these mountains around here. And I started talking to the waitress, and I said, can you just like go and walk out? I said, you know, is that allowed just to walk through these mountains and stuff? And she's like, oh yeah. And I said, what's all with the hiking? I said, there's signs all about hiking. And she goes, we get a lot of hikers in here. And she said in the beginning of July, she said this place is just full of hikers coming through here. And I said, really? I said, what's the draw of hiking around here? She goes, oh, it's kind of a group thing, and it's like just tons of people, and they kind of travel in groups, and they start in Maine and they hike to Georgia and back. That's crazy. I never heard of that. But she said, yeah. She said it's quite the thing. And I had that meatball sub and French fries. I mean, it was a good sized plate, full of food. It was a good sized dinner, and it was good. It was $6. That was my total bill. I think it came out to $6.70 or something like that with tax and everything. I was like, that's crazy. And a guy came in, he sat down next to me, and he was talking, and he said, yeah, give me the roast beef sandwich covered or something like that, he said. And that came out, whoa, that looked like good. That was a good bone sticking meal right there. So I definitely will be coming back here again. But it's right on 81, exit 54. And I don't think they'd have a problem if you parked here overnight as long as you ate here, you know. But I was looking at, when I was leaving, I was actually looking on their bulletin board that they had when you walk in there. And I was kind of glancing over stuff. And there were signs on there. There's some kind of retreat that's right up the road. I saw it on the map. I can't remember what the name of it is. If you Google it, you'll see it. And I think it's a name of a town or something, but there's some kind of retreat thing. And it said it's all hikers or something like that. Free pickup, free food, showers, beds for volunteering at our retreat or something for gardening or something like that. And then there was a sign for somebody for another place that if you're a hiker, give me a call. You know, I'll provide you with a bed and a shower and everything for, you know, a little free labor or something. That's pretty cool. And there was one guy, he said he had a thing up there and it said to hikers, a free shower, bed, good night of sleep, all private. I have a separate cabin. Can pick up. What the heck was that? I don't know if you guys just heard that or not. It sounded like a gun just went off. I actually thought them ladies threw a rock at me or something. It was, I just had a battery explode underneath my seat here. There's battery acid is pouring out, so it's got to be a battery. So I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna try to get up to the road here and get to a TA truck stop because I'm gonna have to get new batteries. So I'll catch you guys later. Cool place though, check it out. Bye. Well, hey guys, here we are. It is 6:50 p.m. I am actually in a town, Max Meadows, Virginia. That's the name of the town I'm in. Max Meadows, Virginia. Showing 85 degrees here. Nice night. Sun's going down, so it should cool off a little bit. I am actually here at a boss shop. It's basically a shop that's on a, a lot of times they're at the Flying J truck stops. I went up the road. I think it was exit like 76 or 75. I don't remember what one it was actually. But it was right where 77 comes in there to 81, and there's a TA truck stop there. I was there, I did a video a little while ago. I was in there and the crazy parking there and how they like to charge for parking in every spot almost. Oh, they're a little too greedy. Well, I parked up at the fuel aisle and ran in there and ran into the shop, and I go in the door and there was about 8 truck drivers in there. And to tell you the truth, it looked like somebody peed in their Cheerios. It was bad. They were just, it was a group that was not happy. And I went up and I stood there and I was just standing there, and they were all kind of off to the sides and stuff. And I kind of walked up by the counter and was just standing there, and there was this woman on the phone, and she was having a very heated discussion on the phone. Somebody was broke down and trying to figure out where the person was and blah, blah, blah. And then there was like a manager guy that was standing behind her kind of next to him, and he's like, "We'll be right with you, sir." I'm like, "Yep." And I stood there for 5-10 minutes. She was finally starting to get off the phone, and then some guy just came busting through the door, walked around everybody, came up to the counter, and just started screaming. And he's like, "I've been here for 4 hours getting an oil change. The mechanic's out there working on somebody else's truck. He said the paperwork's done. Nobody's calling me." Just screaming. And the lady was all upset. She got off the phone. She's over there. She's pounding on the keyboard and stuff. The manager's running back and forth a couple feet back and forth. And then all of a sudden this other guy walked up. He goes, "I've been here for 5 hours getting a tire changed." And I just went, yeah. I looked around the room. Everybody was just unhappy. I said, "I'm out of here. See ya." So I turned and just walked out of there. And as I was walking out, the lady yelled out, and I think she was talking to me. She yelled out, she goes, "I will be right with you, sir." And I didn't even turn around. I just kept walking. I was like, yeah, I don't want no part of this. And so I sent a message to the boss. I said, "Yeah, I'm not going to that TA." I said, too much there. I'm not going there. I said, "I'm going on the road. There's a Love's, there's Flying J's. I'll find someplace else." And I came down here and checked in with them. And yeah, they got like 2 trucks in the shop and stuff. And I walked in there, and the lady was all fine and greeted me and told her what was going on. I had a battery explode, and she goes, "Oh, okay. Do you want just a battery? Because I could do it myself out here. I got all my toolkit and everything else, and I could do that. But the thing is that if one of them blew up like that, I've been getting once in a while when I shut down my truck for a while and I go to restart it, I get a low voltage deal on here. So I'm thinking maybe one of the other batteries is not so good too. Maybe pulling the other ones down. So the thing is, if you put one good battery and one new battery in, and some of the other batteries are not as strong, then I can really smell that battery now. Then what will happen is it will just wreck that new battery. So I don't have a battery tester with me. A guy by my house, he's got a really nice deal. You hook it up, it's all computerized and everything. You hook it up to the batteries, and you run a whole cycle on them, and it tells you all the cool cranking amps and all this stuff. I have one of these little just dial things, and I hooked it up to the batteries, to the battery bank, the whole batteries all together. When I was messing around with something like a month ago, and they tested out okay, but that was just a whole group. But I'm thinking that I want them to check the batteries, check them individually, make sure that the batteries are all solid, you know, not that it's just that one. So I sent the boss a message, told them same deal. But the lady's like, okay, no problem. She goes, we can get you in here. And I said, how long? She goes, probably 45 minutes to an hour. No problem. So I'm just gonna hang out here and do that. So I would like to save the boss man some money and just do it myself. Just go buy a battery, pop it in there. Then I got all the battery acid in there that needs to be cleaned out. Otherwise the cage that holds the batteries will all corrode and everything. So just take it in there and let the shop do it. There's also a Blue Beacon truck wash right here. Maybe before I take off. I don't know. So, well, I'm gonna let you guys go. Because after they get me done here, I'm just gonna actually shut down here. It's gonna eat up my hours just sitting here. So I'll let you guys get going, and I hope everyone out there is having themselves a great day, a great night when you're watching this here video. And if you are not, well, we certainly can change that and try it again tomorrow. So I'll catch you guys later. See ya. Bye.